Hello students, in this video we will discuss about support vector machines, its input and hyperplane. Okay, see, in the last video we will discuss the in support vector machine the given data set is plotted in an n dimensional space as vectors. Okay, so based on this we will divide the data into different classes. Okay, here we define two classes, that all classes which are of same type on one side and which are same type or another side. Okay, we describe two classes with two symbols, x class and another class with plus. For the given data set we get two classes, one is x and other is plus. Okay, so in the n dimensional space we will divide or we will partition categories, subcategories this data into two class by using a special line called hyperplane. Okay, so in n dimensional space we will use hyperplane. For a one dimensional we will say it as a line. So here it is two dimensional, so we are saying it as a hyperplane. Okay, and also we learn what are the support vectors. Okay, now what are the inputs we will give for this support vector machine. Okay, so we will describe like this: inputs, for set of inputs, that means where we will see that features, the data of features, that means the set of inputs are x1 and x2. We will say it as features, and result we will say y. Okay, the input we will say xi comma yi, where xi is the input class which is x1 x2 like that. Okay, and y is the classes. Okay, so for the input features x1 and x2 we get a class yi and y1 and y2, two classes. We predict the two classes y1 and y2. Okay, so to get this in along with input features we have to give another input value called weight. Okay, weight is the important we will say important vector or a feature which we will give along with the input for the in order to find the hyperplane, which is used as a which is used to decide the classes into subcategories, or we can say it as a decision boundary line. So we need a weight value also. Okay, so these support vectors, and we need support vectors. Okay, in order to predict the classes for a given data set we need input values x1 and xi and we'll get the output value yi, and along with the input we need a weight value w, and we require support vectors. What are the support vectors? These are the support vectors. These are the vectors of samples of a training data set which will decide, which will help to decide a best hyperlane, that means best line to categorize the data in the n dimensional space into classes. Okay, so these are the input values. Okay, now in previous video we learned this is one vector and this is another vector. We are calling these two as support vectors which are very near to the hyperplane. And suppose these are the two vectors which are very near. Okay, so when we give some more input values we may get the input values very near to this or to this. So what we are doing, we will partition this into two classes by using this hyperlane. Okay, so these two are very near inputs. Okay, very nearest, that means minimum distance inputs for the two different categories. So the minimum distance vectors from each category is considered as support vector. Okay, suppose if we take this as one category and this as one category. So when we compare, these two are very near. So we will consider these as support vector. Okay. Now the support vector, this is called negative. Okay. The classes which are the classes belong to this side is called -1, negative, and classes belong to belongs to this side of the vector is called positive. Okay, so we will make a line along with this. We will make a hyperlane. We can make an hyperplanes between these two. Many number of hyperplanes we can make, like this, like this. Okay, we can make a different hyperlanes between these two. Okay, between these space we can have many number of hyperlanes, like like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. But choosing the best hyperlane is required. That means finding the optimal hyperplane is required. Why? Because sometimes we may get before 40, we may get a value here also. Okay, when we get here, it is very near. Sometimes you may get here. This may lead to misclassification. So what we have to do, we have to find the best hyperplane. Okay, that is called finding the optimal hyperplane. So how to find? We have to use a formula called w dot x1 plus xi plus b. Okay, to define hyperplane, we will consider three values. See here, this is support vector of this category. Support vector of this category. The all classes belong to this, we will say positive class, and this is negative class. So this is an hyperplane, this is hyperplane, this is hyperplane, and we have another. We can have hyperplane like this. We have hyperplane like this. So we have to choose the best hyperplane. So what we are doing, this is called a negative hyperplane, and this is called a positive hyperplane. Okay, this is an optimal hyperplane, we can say. We have to calculate this. Okay, so how to know this one? By using a formula called hyperplane h equal to w dot xi plus b greater than equal to 1. If we get this, what is w? Weight. We will see what is this weight. Okay, input value x1 x2, we will give those as matrix. Okay, next plus b means bias, we will see next. Okay, this, if it is, this value is greater than equal to 1 or more than 1 positive value, then we can say all this lie in this positive category. Suppose if it is less than -1, then it will fall into negative. So this is called negative hyperplane. Okay, w, we will say this as formula w dot xi plus b greater than equal to -1, this line. And what is this? W dot xi plus b greater than equal to 1 plus 1. Okay, and what is this? W dot xi plus b equal to 0. So we call this has H0 hyperplane. This has H1 and this has H2. We label like this. This is called positive hyperplane. This is called negative hyperplane. This is called optimal hyperplane, where W dot xi plus 0 equal to 0. This is equal to plus 1 or greater than equal to plus 1, greater than equal to -1. Okay. Now this is less than equal to -1. Okay, not greater, less than equal to -1. This is less than equal to -1, greater than equal to +1. It is equal to 0. Okay, now this is negative hyperplane, positive hyperplane, and optimal hyperplane. Okay, next find the distance. Now we have like this. This is one support vector and this is another support vector. So the distance between this nearest support vector to hyperplane is called distance. Okay, and positive support vector to is called hyperplane is called distance. Okay, distance from a vector to a hyperplane, this is. Okay, and this is called maximum margin. That means distance from support vector of one class to another. Okay, we have to take maximum values. That means the hyperplane should be with maximum size. This is called hyperplane. Okay, this is called maximum margin. Maximum margin means distance between two support vectors which will show the maximum margin. Distance between two nearest support vectors which shows the maximum margin of the distance between the two vectors. That is called maximum margin. Okay, so this is called median, this is called positive hyperplane, this is called negative hyperplane. Okay, where negative hyperplane should be less than equal to -1, this is called median, or optimal hyperplane equal to 0, and this is greater than equal to +1. Okay, this is called hyperplane. Okay, now we will represent the distance between this with negative value, and positive to hyperplane will represent with positive distance. The total is the maximum margin. Okay, this is about how input vectors of this one. Okay, next we will see how to find the optimal hyperplane.